Hey, DOT community. This is another episode of the DOT Aftershow with Zalon and Bo. How we doing today, Bo?
Oh, we're doing really good, really good. How about you?
I am doing great. I was all about the live stream coming back this week. It was nice to hear them because last week we missed out.
Yeah, it was good to see Matt and Dom.
Yeah, just Matt and Dom this week, just the two of them. Who was it? Ben was in a important meeting. That's what they were saying. Um, so what's going on currently right now? I'm just popping up on the screen is the Valhalla Lightning Storm event. But
Yeah,
and it
Lightning Titans are here.
That's right. Lightning Titans are
How you like
here.
that, Gray?
Yeah, that's right, Agray. That's right. And if anybody did catch my most recent poll video for the Valhalla event, I actually put up Agray's face from his YouTube channel to dedicate it just to him. So
Dude, you got an extremely good pull.
yes,
That was awesome.
yes, the Skullgrim. Now, and I just want to say, or Grimskull as we like to call him.
Grim Skull.
That's right. But when I'll tell you what, when it comes down to the with the Skullgrim, I did not get him in the actual event. It came down to the wire, and I did mention this in the poll video too. But I didn't actually release anything or show a picture of the actual where I ended that event. I ended with like 130 some souls shy. Now the thing is though, now that I
Were you
have
ever
this
falling
skull,
asleep?
I know. Well, I was up until the 5 in the morning trying to get him. But anyway, thing is though, this Skullgrim's got better skills. So
Yeah, it
that's
does.
the thing.
Yeah, it does.
When
My Grim Skull has a mix of archer, militia, and spearman skills, but with this new relic that everybody got as the Valhalla gift, um, still think he's going to be quite useful. And I'm looking forward to leveling him up and actually maybe developing some militia spearman strategies. I don't know. Probably got to throw a panther in there just for
yeah.
fun.
Well, it's interesting that it's the one that I have. Oh gosh, I have to jump out real quick if I can find. Yep, there it is. There's the Stormbreaker that he's referring to, and it's got
Yeah.
tightening, lightning damage, and then the Spearman and the Spearman arm and piercing. Now I
Yeah, and
don't
I don't know if they're all
the
that way. That's just the one that Champ showed us that
exactly.
he got up and got all the skills on, got his skills unlocked.
Yeah,
Um, it could be like some of the other relics where the second and third skills are different. They may be 5 or 6 different versions of this relic. With some archer skills or some militia skills.
yeah. Well, while I'm on screen here, I'll at least do something real quick, because I have a 2-star that I need to throw into him. So I'm gonna quick throw a 2-star into Skullgrim, and see if I can unlock his third archer skill real quick, just for the just for the show's sake. Oh,
There
and
you
they
go.
added, and you can see him on the screen right now. They added these more guards. There's more, almost like a 360 view is really on the way because there's now these
Yep.
guards in the forefront.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
I noticed that. I noticed that.
yeah, and I
Um,
just saw that on my screen too, so it's pretty interesting. Oh, no relic slot. Oh, no skill slot. We did improve our skill for Archer's health. That's good at least.
mhm.
All right. Well, anyway, I at least gave it a shot. Gave it a shot for the show, but I did level him up one. But anyway, back to what happened in the actual dev live stream. So they did go over the Lands Awakening basics in the beginning, and did show off. Now here I am, in my screen with I mean out in the world with all my lands showing, and while I collect a little bit of my resources. But they did go over a lot of the basics with the Lands Awakening and how all the lands have been modified and how some of the new strategies of uh, um, being able to put the, higher the level titans and higher the troops and the better relics that buff the troops that modify
Yeah.
how much resources you're able to mine and stuff like that. And did go
Well,
over
it was always
but
pre Lands Awakening. It totally depended on the level of the Titan you had on there.
Yes.
and that Titan level boosted that land production by that percentage. Now it's more of a defensive strength combined between the Titans and the troops and the spells that increase the production rate of that particular land.
Correct. So as you see here, I'm throwing Sarkon on. I actually have a land that I just picked up recently. Every day, this is just a basic land strategy. I am going to be coming out with a full land strategy video. But basic land strategy right now is just make sure that you do collect your 4 lands every day that are only for 1 portal stone that are up in
Yep.
your free lands area, because it is definitely beneficial to have
Yeah, even if you don't,
as many lands as
want them,
possible. Yeah.
if you're just gonna trash them after you collect them, they the drop rates for the relics and titans and stuff on those lands has been increased dramatically. I've noticed it. I've collected all 4 of mine every day, and I think maybe once I got nothing. I get one a lot of time. The majority of the time, I'm getting 2, and then quite a few times I've gotten 3 drops on those lands. So it's definitely worth collecting them, even if you're just going to trash them.
Exactly. Definitely worth your time. I'm just looking around at some of the other. I don't want to do that. Picking on leaders of rank 3 alliance. I'm not gonna do that. It's just interesting that I'm just picking out just like, oh yeah, of course that's the leader. I know what it's like, because being a leader of an alliance, you do get hit and captured and abused a little bit more than some of the other players. Although since this most recent event is over, I haven't been getting like chain rated all the time on all my lands. But
Yeah, a lot of that activity had to do with the event.
Yeah.
And yeah, so being an alliance leader or being an alliance leader that has a YouTube channel, and you really get hit a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you
People
do
drop
feel the
by to
heat.
say hi.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah. Yeah. People love to drop by and say hi, or think that if they attack or cap all my lands real quick, they're gonna get on a video. It's like, yeah, no. So.
yeah, we just go get more lands, right? So
Yeah. Well, I'll be
do
honest.
not
I
get
mean, I get.
emotionally attached to your lands. People are going to take them
Yeah.
if you leave them undefended,
Yeah.
and don't take that personally, because
It's
if you
now.
liked it, you should have put a defense on it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Wow. It almost sounds like that song. What if you like it, put a ring on it. If you like your
Yeah.
land so much, put a defense on it. You know what I mean? Like, that's funny. But anyway, I'll tell you what. I'm actually hitting somebody with a defense that's not on it right now and trying to cap it right now, because that is true. I that's where I get a majority of my lands, because I try to keep my lands at 18 as much as possible. So.
Yeah, 18 spots. I have 11. I actually did spend a few gems and got a couple of extra spots because I felt like it was worth it for those first, maybe 2, 3, or 4 spots. Because the gem cost increases as you go up and add more spots. But for those first couple of spots, it's like what 50, 100 gems, 200, something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's definitely worth having those extra spots.
Oh
But what
yeah.
I did, the reason I did it was so that I could have a couple of food lands and a gold land along with all of the VP lands.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm finding all VP lands is a great strategy for farming VP. But
You have to.
really get
They.
you really get the crunched in the food and gold.
Yeah. We also get attacked a lot
Because
too.
they
When you have a
reduce
lot of
the
VP
farms
lands.
and the mines on your castle.
Yeah, well, when you have a lot of VP lands, you get attacked a lot too, because everybody loves attacking VP lands. That's another thing too. A lot of people that are just playing on just attacking VP all the time, which is a great strategy too. Which there's plenty of people that that's what they do all the time now, is just go VP land and not garrison raid.
I just love how the Lands Awakening has brought back all these strategies that we used to do before. Um, the last lands changed, because the number of different play styles that are valid play styles now
Mm-hmm.
has increased dramatically. Whereas as before the Lands Awakening, you really had just, a lot of people going landless, or a lot of people doing the really low land strategy, which is essentially landless. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had people with super high lands that they kept defended really well, and no one could attack except for the really high players. The people in the middle just, were like, they kept lands, but they, when they would collect resources, um, it just didn't really work out all that well. Now we are at, you can kind of pick and choose what strategy you want, and if you need to do a castle upgrade, go get all gold lands for a couple of days, and eventually you'll get there. And if you want, to produce VP, get all or mostly VP lands. Um, and the fact that the lands are spawning at everybody's castle level, um, as opposed to having that range,
Yeah.
it's very easy to go get a land of your own castle level. Um, and if you want a higher level land, which, I don't want to, you don't want to, I try not to go too high,
Yeah, I'm
right?
capping an 18 right now, actually. I'm capping an
Yeah,
18 gold mine.
nice. And what castle level are you?
16.
16, so a couple of levels above, and that's where I try to stay. I'm actually, my castle level 13 is going to complete today, so I'll move up and look at some 15, maybe 16 lands.
Mm.
But if you go much higher than that, then it doesn't really do anything but attract attacks, because the troop level and the spell levels count so much towards the production rate that, if you had a level 24 gold land, and you really can't make it produce more than a level 18.
Yeah. Most of my production is a lot higher on the 16, 17, 18 end, whereas I put a 21, 22, 23. It's not, and I'm not producing anywhere near the same amount. And of course, yeah, you do have a lot more to pull from, but it really doesn't, it's not exactly helping you as much, and you're attracting a lot more attacks.
Yeah.
The only case that I see that it's actually been helpful is I have like a level 21 VP land, or level 22 VP land, and the depletion value is just very high in VP. So,
That's true. When it goes out, you do get that nice little extra 5-6K
yeah.
VP when that land gets depleted. Which brings up another strategy that I know you do, and I do as well when I can, is capturing a land that is almost ready to be depleted.
Oh yeah, depletion capping. Yeah, I'm gonna be going over that in the in my strategy video. Yeah, definitely depletion capping is definitely a new valid strategy now that there's plenty of lands to go with. So, and there's always lands in all different phases. Just gotten, halfway through its life, almost through its life. So a lot of times you're lucky to, if you go around the circle with certain players, you'll find a couple that are almost close to the end of its life. So, but here, so another things that were happening in we of course shied away a little bit from what happened in the dev live stream here. So here, anyway, so we have somebody
What do
asked
you mean? We went off on a tangent?
a
We
whole
never
crazy tangent about the new lands up
we never do that. We always
it's
on point.
oh yes, of course, of course. But anyway, so when it comes down to the there was a lot of good comments on the lands update. A lot of people were commenting saying that they really enjoyed it. They had a lot of fun with the way things are now in the game, and it's, I think, re-engaged a lot of players, in my personal preference. But again, there will always be a little bit of haters on any kind of changes like this, because it does change up the meta of the game. So okay. Now I got that land nicely defended, because it's actually 18 decent Korea defense. Anyway, I was, yeah. So they did, somebody asked if there's going to be more events like Trials of Power. Matt
Yep.
answered that really quickly and said, they're definitely working on it right now, on
Good.
making more Trials of Power like events, because it is something that a lot of people have been asking for, and it is well liked. And I think they even liked the results from the Trials of Power event, even if some of the results were getting rid of a lot of cheaters to the game. So, as a lot of people saw during that event.
just like it because it's just something different to do
Oh yeah.
every so often.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Yes.
that's a problem with not just Dawn of Titans, with a lot of these type of games, is that the gameplay gets repetitive and monotonous.
Mm-hmm.
And things like Trials of Power that pop up every once in a while are great for just breaking the monotony of doing the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah. Agreed.
And there's only so many campaigns, and then once you're done with the campaigns, then you really are limited in what types of gameplay you can engage in.
Yeah. Well, also too, we also have um, they also were talking about building new events, which I thought was very cool to hear. Because when
Yeah,
they were talking about like they're talking about bigger bigger events that are going to last multiple days and everything else. Like when they said that, I was quite impressed and was hoping that maybe elaboration a little bit more, but you never know. But he did mention that they are building even new events too as well. So and that's good to hear as well.
very cool.
And there is, and that's the thing, a lot of people don't realize that there's a whiteboard or some sort of board or calendar, okay, in the offices there that has things laid out. Because again, a lot of people were thinking recently that a lot of these, like the event right now with the Lightning Titans and everything else, is due to uh, maybe uproar from the community. And to be honest with you, I honestly think it's been on the calendar for a long time, and I think it was going to be released around this time anyway. So there's certain, again, like in a week or two, there's things written on a calendar that are going to be released. They just obviously can't tell us yet. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. Well, from the limited experience that I've had in software development, which is very limited, but I
mhm.
still know that it's I've been on teams where we've developed applications, internal applications for my business unit at the company where I work, and it takes 2 or 3 weeks just to get one thing changed. And it may not be a major thing, but you got to go through revision testing. You got to make all this other stuff. So something as simple as changing the damage type of a certain class of Titans. There's a lot of background work that goes into that because and it's not something they can just do overnight.
Exactly. Also, too, we saw that they did go through the Lightning Titans overview. And also, I thought Dom mentioned this, and I thought it was pretty cool that Arvan was the first Titan design for the game. I thought that was really
Wow,
cool. Yeah.
the very first one ever. Nice.
Yeah. So I just thought that was just a cool fun fact to hear about those Titans specifically. Now I did know that I remember seeing pictures, on the Facebook or the Twitter that they have of a lot of the old beta gameplay, and yeah, I do see him back then, and he's gone through a couple changes. As we know, he was like an elemental, Titan that was human and looks like a Viking, and there was a little bit of confusion exactly for a good amount of time when after global launch exactly who these large berserker titans were, because they were larger than everybody else, and it said their origins were shrouded with mystery, and they all like had different elemental damage. Like it was just one of those type of things. So it is
Yeah.
nice to see that they have now put them in and given them all a better role and given them
Yep.
a in the game, and they're not so disliked, because now all the new ones, current builds, stay the same on their skills and their skill pools, but
Right.
all the newer ones now have the ability to go from a pool of skills that now make them similar to different class types of
Right.
titans. So,
Right. So even though they're even though they're all berserker titans, you've got infiltrator skills in there,
yep.
and you've got paladin skills in there,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes them the Vikings as a group just kind of very unique
Yep.
um, amongst all because the champion titans, the really only difference between one champion to the next is the race
Yep.
and what type of damage they do. Their skills are all the same. Um, and there may be slight differences in like the board champions versus the other champions, but it's not, it's not has to do with skills. It has to do with like, the amount of armor they have or something like that.
Wow.
Um, this makes
I just got
these
a
Viking
I just got a
Titans
two
just
star
very different.
I just got a 2-star Terran in rewards
Oh,
from a battle. Sorry, continue. But I agree with you on these new Viking Titans though. That makes them very
yeah, yeah.
unique.
It makes me want one of each of the Vikings. Just whereas before I was like, fine, whatever. He's a berserker. He's just big. I don't care about that. Now it's different. Now they've got lightning damage. Now, you know, it's a berserker titan with infiltrator skills, or it's a berserker titan like mine, which still has berserker skills and buffs troops.
Hmm.
Um, very very interesting. I'm actually that's actually change that I'm all on board with. I like it.
Exactly. So and the nice thing is that they all buff one type of troop as well, which makes it so that everyone can be happy with the fact.
Yeah, now is that a thing now? Because
Unless they have the infiltrator skills. Sorry, the
yeah,
one that has the infiltrator skills that buffs themselves. So and the
right.
paladin
Because your
skill.
berserkers all buffs all archers, right?
Yeah, correct. We actually don't
Yeah.
have a confirmed fourth. I mean, I'm sure the information exists out there and everything else. We don't have a confirmed what the fourth guy is. What, Solgar okay, because we already
Solgar.
we saw Arvan, I think, but who the fourth guy, like what he does or what type of Titan he mimics. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we just haven't seen. We haven't seen enough of them to know for sure. We'll figure it out though.
Yeah.
Um,
It will happen
I'm
soon.
sure at some point. I'm sure. I don't know if Yuki's updated the database or not, but at some point it'll be on there. I'm sure.
I almost captured a land from somebody that's on that's in non-toxic assassins. I know that's Oculus Prime, and I know that's non-toxic assassins. So I'm gonna
Well, I know.
pass.
I almost. Went to raid yesterday, and I had to retreat because I realized after I went into battle, I'm like, oh, this is a champions guy. Shouldn't be hitting him. So, and it was a capture. It wasn't just a raid. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna do I think a capture depletion right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do one of those. But anyway, so uh, just make sure I take the right things in so I don't screw it up. It's nothing like screwing something up that you're trying to show off. But anyway, I did ask about Thor Hilde appears Viking, but no lightning or new skills for her.
Yeah.
I asked the devs why she was left out, but I haven't gotten a response. But I did notice in the stream that they did mention that Thor Hilde may just stay that way because there does has to be human titans that are not the human berserker titans that are not part of the Viking crowd. I just thought it was
Yeah.
strange that Thor Hilde looks like a Viking titan. Like you could.
Well, maybe they just give her a new hat. Is she bigger than the other ones? Is she big like the
Well,
other guys are? Or is
that's
she
a
just
good
regular
question
size?
because I haven't really fought with her because she's only like level like 8 or 9, I think. So
Yeah.
I haven't really done much with her, so I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. So
Okay.
maybe if I have time here, just depending on how much.
Maybe if they change, maybe they just give her a new hat.
Yeah, maybe if they give her a new hat, she won't look
Because
like
that's
a
what makes her
Viking.
look like a Viking is that helmet with the horns coming out,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Even though historically that was not actually a Viking thing, but okay.
All right. Well, here's the big thing: is they showcased off the boars this week. Okay, and this
Yeah.
is and now it's Thursday right now, at least here in the United States. And we know that pretty much 10 out of 10 when they showcase and fight with certain titans in the stream, it has some sort of correlation with what happens over the weekend. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Um.
So you
So
thinking some sort of boar event?
Yeah, that's what I have big question marks here. I have it written down in question marks because I want to bring up the
Okay.
idea that that's what they did. So I don't know if that means. Oh, now see that has nothing available. Oh wait, I don't have to
Yeah.
actually
Well, we'll just
defend it.
have to wait and see.
There it goes.
I don't know. I mean, a pull event for boars would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know that I don't know that I'm ready for another Souls event this close.
Oh heck no, I don't want another Souls event. This. Although, well,
But
wait. If they did a Boars Trials of Power event, that'd be
there
cool.
you go.
Boars Trials.
Or they just They did a Trials of Power where boars were the rewards.
Well, yeah. And I don't know how they would be able to make one better than the other, or if they choose one as the alliance reward, and then for the top tier,
Yeah.
and then but again it will be only top tier, so I don't know what the 3-star would be.
Well, it's Dawn of Titans. They probably just make it random.
Yeah, well, true. Well, actually, that would actually be interesting if they created a boar token.
There you go. A boar token.
If they
I like it.
created a boar token, and you got and when you it would be a chance at any one of the 3 boars.
There you go. Yeah.
So but you get I was gonna say it'd be interesting if you got just for the alliance reward. They obviously would give out well, I guess still would have to give out boar titans, but I don't know if you'd want to say that you want to give out like multiple
I would like
tokens of boars,
as a reward for some event, maybe down the line, is and maybe it's a Souls event with the top, the top 1 through 5, or maybe it's the the top whatever for a Trials of Power, but a package reward where you get the Titan with a couple of relics that go with that Titan.
Okay, yeah. Well, the sale the Unex Sail Titans that they had out just recently, they did something like that.
Yeah.
Which I thought
Yeah,
was it was smart, but they put it out too late. They put that out too late when they did that. Yeah. Well, anyway, so also too, they did mention about improving the Fusion Relic unlock system, and they said that they hope to showcase that off next week or the week after. So that's actually in the works right now. So
yeah, I can't imagine how much back end coding work has to go into making a change like that. So
yeah,
but good. Hopefully, we'll see something about that next week. I know that's a big point of frustration for a lot of players.
Yes, it is.
And I think mainly it's just because it doesn't seem like that the percentage that you're seeing really correlates with the actual success percent.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, we don't statistically it probably does. But you can't, it's like it's like red and black on roulette, right? Each spin is an individual thing. It's not cumulative. So
exactly,
it's possible to fail, 80% chance of success, multiple times in a row.
Oh yeah.
So.
But we still want to actually see the percentages though. But I was gonna say, so the Valhalla Gift, the guaranteed 3-star. I didn't pull mine yet because I'm doing a Relica pull video, and it's gonna be coming out later tonight. So of course, for community look forward to that, because I got a couple Relica tokens from campaigns that I'm gonna pull, and see if I get any of the other Valhalla relics. And then also too, I'm gonna obviously get the special guaranteed one. So make sure you do pull that, because I don't know if after this event is over if that will stick around. So for everyone out there, please make sure you get your gift.
I got mine on both accounts, and of course it was the Stormbreaker.
Okay.
I think that's all that they're doing for right now. They have in the picture there some braces, the forearm braces.
Okay.
Which I'm going to guess is a defensive lightning relic, but I haven't seen one yet.
Okay. All right. Well, then also too, they mentioned that the boars were fixed, and again, that was been an off and on topic that's been talked about a lot recently, is about the fact that the boars were really messed up after this last update. They say they have fixed that, and they also said that the cheater detection has been raised. And then, of course, I did mention that there was, I asked about if there was any Drawn of Titans happening, and they said not this week, but next week or the week after.
Okay.
I also did a shout out for people asking for shout outs. I thought that was very clever.
I saw that. Shout out for all those asking for shout outs. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but anyway, so in the battling at the more closer to the end, Dom didn't do so well. Of course, that's who I was voting for the whole time. And but Matt did lost actually a lot faster than Dom. So
Even worse.
basically, yeah. So basically, I still had a shot of that, but somebody did get to 8K gems on Facebook. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, so and this is the one thing that I did like. They did close with this. Matt closed with this, and that was they mentioned about the blog post on DonnaTitans.com, and
Yes.
promised the
Yes.
community that more blog posts were going to happen more often, and to be able to keep the lines of communication open and be more
Yes.
transparent to the community, and that
Yeah,
they.
that is extremely helpful, and is a much needed thing. As we just need more communication in
Mm-hmm.
general, from the game team themselves. This quote unquote press release, blog post, whatever they want to call it, that they released
Mm-hmm.
on Tuesday, I think it was, or Monday,
Yeah.
whichever day it was. That was excellent. And I know they probably can't do something that detailed and extensive every week,
Mm-hmm.
but if they did, a lot of players would be really happy about that, I believe.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. But I'm gonna grab another forest here. Um. Anyway, besides from that, we just that's pretty much everything we have about the most recent dev live stream. We're going to talk about a couple things for non-toxic here at the very end, and that just has to deal with the we're going to be doing a
Yeah. How far along are we in the video here?
we are at 31 minutes.
All right, 31 minutes. So
Okay. So anyway, I did want to mention that we were going to be doing a bit of a change in non-toxic. We have plans to create a bit of a 4-star team. We hope that everyone doesn't go absolutely crazy thinking that everything's going to be all nuts and wild. We're trying to do this the best possible way.
yeah,
So we're not doing it, especially we're not doing it yet this season. Right now, we're still just recruiting more members and making sure everyone is good on getting their VP. Because of course there's still people that aren't going to hit the requirements this season in the current
right,
structure that we have right now. So
right,
when it comes down to getting enough VP for to show that you're ready to be part of this team that we're trying to put together, um, make sure you're playing as actively as you possibly can. We don't require that you spend tons and tons of gems. I mean, spending some gems on portal stones does help, and a lot of the players out there
right.
will agree on that. So when it comes down to
Yeah, there's no
posting,
weekly dollar amount
yeah.
that you're required to spend or anything like that.
Hmm.
But just part of the reason why it's just not happening right now is we've got almost 150 people across the three alliances, and as we've seen just on Mondays or Tuesdays, if an event's going on, it takes a full 24 hours to get everybody promoted and demoted and moved and all of that. And that's only 10 people. If we try to move 25 or 30 people around in a short period of time, it's going to be nuts. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this on July 10th. Not next season, but after next season. July 10th is the Monday. If there is an event going on that doesn't end until Tuesday, then we'll do it on Tuesday. I'm messing with the event totals, right?
That's right.
Um, and look for guys in the alliances. Look for some information in our. We'll be putting it out there in our band channel, in the champions and the assassins private chat rooms, as to how you go about letting us know, how you want to play in the future and what team you want to be on. All those details are not yet worked out, but we are figuring out exactly how we're going to do that and what the minimum VP requirements are going to be and how do you get promoted and all of those things.
And just a quick tip on if you would like to be on the 4-star team. The one way that is the easiest way to show that you want to be on that team is having high VP numbers now. There you go. So
yeah, I mean, if you want to make a point, be up there at the top. I mean, we've got quite a good. We can almost build a whole team of people that are making $1 million VP a week now.
I'm going down the list right now. Here you go. This is what current non-toxic champions is posting. So if you want an idea,
Yeah, and Assassins is right behind you guys, and we're right about the same as far as the number of players that are there and that type of thing. So the idea here is we're going to combine the two champions and assassins upper halves into a quote-unquote 4-star team and see how competitive we can be. And then the other team will be a quote-unquote 3-star team, which would be, I guess, the lower halves of those two. Not necessarily, exactly half, but it's going to be based on, tiers basically.
Yep.
And Guardians is still going to be the casual alliance. And after we make this change, we kind of expect Guardians to fall out of Legend. Just because it's going to become a place where people, say, hey, I'm on the 4-star team, but I need to upgrade to Castle level 15. Let me go to Guardians, which is down in Master or Champion or somewhere, and collect resources for a week, and then I'll be back, kind of thing. We haven't got all those details worked out yet, but we will, and so that's kind of what we expect to come out of all of this. But we're not rushing into it. We're going to make sure it's done correctly, and which is why it's not happening right now.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, with that all said, I just went through both lists of all the players and everything else, and also showed where we were in the rankings and everything. So I think that's pretty much everything that we have for this week's episode. Of the DOT After Show, and I think unless there's anything else you want to say, Bo, are you good?
No, I'm good.
All right. All right. Well, for all the non-toxic gamers, I am Zalon.
And I'm Bo.
And we are signing off.